Hello everyone, welcome to biology class of Sohagara College with Dr. Mohini Mongora. What I am going to discuss about now is sericulture. In Assamese, it is called Resham Shilpo. Sericulture is the cultivation of host plant and rearing of silkworm. Silk is the most elegant textile in the world with unparalleled grandeur, natural sheen and inherent affinity for dyes. High absorbance, lightweight, soft touch, high durability, and known as Queen of Textile the world over. On the other hand, let me tell you that it stands for the livelihood opportunity for millions due to high employment-oriented, low capital-intensive, and remunerative nature of its production. Right? Let's get on with the lesson. So let's start with few slides. The learning outcome of this presentation are concept of sericulture, history of sericulture, types of different silkworm, phases of sericulture, airy silkworm rearing, host plants, life history, disease and pest, spinning of yarn from the cocoons. What is sericulture? The rearing of silkworm and production of silk is called sericulture. At present, it is a well-established, important industry in Japan, Korea, China, India, Italy, France, Spain, Myanmar, etc. Sericulture industry is considered to have great employment potentialities and expected to have a great scope of earning foreign money. The history of sericulture is still controversial because, according to some, it is Indian in origin, while others considered China as a native place more than 2000 years BC. Government of India constituted Central Silk Board in 1949. There are different species of silkworm. In India, there are 4 types of silkworm, and these are mulberry silkworm, airy silkworm, tassar silkworm, and muga silkworm. The races of the silkworm may be different kinds: univoltine, bivoltine, and multivoltine. The univoltine races give only one crop, while bivoltine give 2 crops, and multivoltine give more than 2 crops in a year. Different species of the silkworm and their races are airy silkworm, scientific name is Philosomia ricini. This is traditional in northeast region. Beside this, it is also found in Bihar, Orissa, UP, West Bengal, etc. The muga silkworm, scientific name is Antheria assama. This is only available in Assam. Mulberry silkworm, scientific name Bombyx muri. It is widely distributed in different countries of the world like India, China, Japan, Italy, France, Spain, Myanmar, USSR, Brazil, etc. And tassar silkworms, scientific name is Antheria paphiia. It is wild in nature and found in the forest of Assam, West Bengal, Bihar, and UP. Let's see the phases of sericulture. The phases of sericulture involve 4 different distinct stages. These include host plant cultivation, silkworm rearing, reeling, and weaving. Before establishing a sericulture industry, one has to keep in mind some important factors like suitable soil and climatic condition. The red loam and alluvial soil are better, while the sandy soil is not good. Rearing rooms should be well ventilated and it should be away from the kitchen. Supply of egg is very much important because the quality of the seed used is important. Hence, only such eggs should be given for rearing and has been produced in a recognized and well-organized drainage. Incubation of egg for silkworm rearing, the proper temperature and humidity is extremely important during the incubation. Next, brushing, the process of separating for egg from newly hatched worms from the cells of the egg by means of feeder or soft brushes. The preservation of leaves should be kept in a basket covered over with a cloth. Feeding means supply of food plants at regular intervals with leaves of desired degree of maturity. Cleaning means to remove the excreta from the worms, and unused leaves is very much necessary. Spacing the growth of silkworm is quick and remarkable, hence it is necessary to given proper spacing at frequent intervals. Mounting: fully grown worm loses appetite and find places for spinning the cocoons. Harvesting or removal of cocoons should be done only after the pupae are hardened. Spinning and reeling may be done either on traditional method or use of modern mechanical method of silkworm production. Weaving is the method of textile production. I would now like to look at the agriculture. Agriculture is a domesticated feed on castor mainly, and Assam was the original home. The cocoon are exported and woven Bor Kapur and Eri Chador. Bor Kapur and Eri Chador are traditional to Assamese culture. It is inferior to Muga but incredible durability. The systematic position of silkworm includes the phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta, order Lepidoptera, family Saturnidae, genus Philosemia, species Ricini. Eri silkworm is polyphagous and it feeds on different varieties of host plants. Castor is the main host plants. There are two varieties of castor plants generally grown, red and green variety. The red variety is preferable. Beside this, the other host plants are castor, keseru, payam, tapioca, gulonsa, bhotera, borjamun, papaya, etc. The quality of the cocoon depends upon the food plants. For the cultivation of Eri silkworm host plant, in northeast region there is no regular cultivation because these are grown in wild around the rearers. For the farm practices, it may be grown as annual or perennial. Loam soil is the best. September, October and March, April are good for sowing the seeds. Before sowing the seeds, land preparation, manuring, protection against cattle, etc. should be done beforehand. An average 2700 to 3700 kg of castor leaves can be obtained from 1 acre of land. The other host plant keseru, it is also occurs both in cultivated and in wild condition. The leaves are plucked from about 5th year. Annual pruning is desirable. A full size tree may yield up to 175 to 200 kg of leaves. The life cycle of Eri silkworm completed through the 4 stages, and it takes 44 to 48 days in summer and 85 to 87 days in winter. The different stages of life cycle of silkworm includes the eggs, which is oval, medium size, covered by shell. It is white in color, contains some glue. The female may lay 300 to 500 eggs, and it continues for 3 to 4 days of egg laying, but the eggs of the first 2 days are very preferable for rearing. Hatching takes place in 10 to 15 days. Next is larva. The newly hatched larva is very small, like the size of an ant. It is 1 centimeter, grow up to 8 centimeter when it is fully matured. Its hair is black, body is yellow, and gradually changes to green-yellow. It can be distinguished by the genital marking. Pupa, it is an intermediate form between the larva and adult moth. the essential organ of moth are formed. The moth emerges after 2 weeks in morning hours. Male measures 2.5 centimeter, female 3 centimeter. The wing color green to orange brown. When it is fully expanded, it's 10 to 15 centimeter. Mating lasts 24 hours. Egg lays at night. Silkworms are also suffers from different diseases and attacked by different types of pests. One of the important disease of the Aedes silkworm is Flechery. It is viral disease, and later it is attacked by bacterial agents, and generally this disease occurs in the grown-up worms. Main symptoms of this disease are lose appetite, become thin, release green fluid from the mouth, faces are liquid, body emits offensive smell caused by indigestion. Fortunately, this disease is not infectious. The precaution against this disease is the rearing bed should be clean, avoid overfeeding and crowding. Supply wet and fermented leaves should be provided, and only one type of food should be provided. Pebrine is another type of sericogenous disease. It is of two types. One is bacterial and other is protozoan. In both cases, the important symptoms of this disease are the worms become weak, larvae become unequal in size, become sluggish, spin poor filmy cocoon, emerged moth, distorted black color wing. Prevention against this disease includes 2% formalin wash of the egg. The rearing tools should be dried and kept in disinfected. Next disease is muscardine. The causal agent is fungus, and when this disease attacks the worms become limp, lose elasticity, dies rapidly, dead worms become rigid. Prevention against this disease is to pick up the infected worms and place in disinfectant. Light sulfur fumes in rearing house should be helpful. The pest like technid fly, Tricholiga bombycis, lays white oval egg on the body, prominent black scar at the point where maggot enters the body of the larvae. The fully grown larvae takes a week for its development. The pupa drops on floor and develop flies. One fly may attack the complete brood. Protection using just our mosquito nets. Ants, cockroach, lizards, rats are the other pests which attack the Aedes silkworm. Next, spinning of yarn from the cocoons. Aedes silkworm has to be spinned instead of reeling, as it is open-mouthed cocoon. For spinning, cocoons are first cleaned of the pupal and molted skin. Stippling, it is the loosening of the cocoon. It can be done by sun dry for 1 to 2 days. Degumming, boil in a solution of soda of potash for degumming the cocoons. Ashes of certain leaves are also used for degumming. Soda gives brown color to yarn. Solvent color like pulses and plant ashes impart creamy luster. Papaya whitish luster. Remove the solvent in cold water and dried. Prepared cocoons can be spun in wet condition with our traditional takli or takuri. Spinning appliances like different types of sarkha and different types of advanced machines like NR sarkha, Sodhuri sarkha can be used for spinning the yarn. That brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you for your attention.